Basements always creep me out. And, I don't know what it is about a basement, but they're dark, they're damp, they're underground, and you just always get a bad feeling, especially in those older homes that have like the cellars. When you go down there, it's like going into another world. Now, there's this man named Jack. Jack, at one point in time, moved into this very old farmhouse with his brothers and sisters and his mom and dad. Now, he said this farmhouse was situated in rural Wisconsin and said it was probably built around like 1890s. Now, it had this old cellar that had this huge, coal burning furnace, and the ground wasn't even concrete, it was partially dirt. But he said it was creepy. And him and his brothers and sisters, they would always avoid going down there. And they didn't like to even go near the basement door. Well, after some time of living at this house, one night, everyone in the house is all asleep. At about midnight, they start hearing screaming. And they hear this man yelling for help and banging on the basement door. So Jack's father jumps out of bed. He runs downstairs and he checks in the basement thinking someone has broken in. It was completely empty. There was no one down there. The doors were locked. So his father comes back upstairs and he tells him, it must have been an animal. Got into the basement and, was making those screaming sounds. So they were all kind of relieved. And for several months, they just avoided the basement. Then one night, their parents went out of town and they left them with a babysitter. Well, he said at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, they were upstairs in the bedroom playing, and their babysitter was downstairs in the living room. When all of a sudden, the power goes out, and it was completely pitch black. The babysitter comes running upstairs. She says, are you guys okay? Like, I think that we blew a fuse, and I need to go in the basement and change out the fuse. Well, Jack and his brothers and sisters are like, we're not going to stay up here alone in the dark. We're going to come with you. So they huddle around her and they go down into this basement, this root cellar. And as they get to the bottom step and they get in the cellar, she starts looking around with this flashlight for the outlet box. Now it's pitch black down here. You cannot see anything. You can't even see the person in front of you. The only thing that you could see was this small stream of light coming from the flashlight. And he said all of a sudden, this babysitter stopped in her tracks and she got this look of dread on her face. And she started screaming, yelling, "It's in here. It's over there in the corner. It's here. It's here. Like, we need to leave. It's here." And Jack and his brothers and sisters are